And since we were mentioning Blue Star a while back, hitting a fresh 52-week high, let's talk about that company now. They've launched a new range of over 100 affordable and premium models of room ACs. And given the way the weather is going, looks like it's going to be a really hot summer for many of us, at least living in metros. The company says that they are witnessing significant demand in the room AC market. To discuss more on this development and the business outlook, B. Thiagarajan, the MD of Blue Star, joins us now. Mr. Thiagarajan, good morning, and thanks a lot for being with us on the channel as always. When you say significant demand, can you just quantify it for us? What are the demand trends looking like as we head into summer season? And how do you compare this with what we've seen in, say, the preceding few months?
Good morning, Sonia. It's a pleasure interacting with you. It's a relevant question. Room air conditioners is a seasonal product. All of us are preparing for a great summer season ahead. To put in context, last year, April was good. May, June was a washout due to rains, or what we call as the wet summer. The weather forecasts indicate that this summer season will be a good one. And we anticipate, to put a number, as you wanted me to, we think the market will grow by at least 20%. And Blue Star's goal is to grow by 25% in line with our market share enhancement goals.
Okay, so you're saying the market will grow by at least 20% and Blue Star will grow by 25%. What is the time period that you're looking at? Is this
I am talking about the summer season, commencing April to June. That is the Q1 of next financial year.
Okay, so you're saying that in Q1 of next financial year, in the summer season, Blue Star will grow 25%. Can you also help us with a full year number for FY25 as a whole? What kind of a top line growth are you looking at, given that your expectation is that this season is going to be so strong?
Yeah, there will be many twists and turns in this, that the summer season is coinciding with the election campaign. And normally we have seen in the past some kind of slowdown. And post the election, we expect the economy to do well. So the festival season should be holding up as it had been this year. The penetration levels are lower, and therefore one would expect the full year growth to be around 15%. And the Blue Star's goal is to grow by at least 20%.
Okay, all right. Hi, good morning, Mr. Thiagarajan, and always good to see you in. I think in the RAC business, your market share is at around 13.5%. And as you've been telling us, in the next year or so, you expect to go to around 15%, right?
That's right.
All right. I want to focus on the commercial AC business. Because of there, you've seen a sharp jump in the order book, and you've been saying that there is tremendous potential over there as well. That's a far smaller market, I think, in comparison to RAC. But if you could tell us what is a rough market share you have out there? And there's an export opportunity as well, I believe, in the CAC market. So tell us more about that.
Thank you, Nigel. Commercial air conditioning market is much smaller compared with residential air conditioning. We will hold close to around 25% market share there overall. But if you are to look at the categories like a chiller or a VRF system, it may be different for different things. Like, for example, it may be around 20% market share in case of VRF. And in a scroll chiller kind of products, we may have close to 35% market share. But that is not relevant. The important thing is that we hold number 2 position in the market. Now, second thing is that this segment has got a lot of potential to grow. Shop, showroom, boutiques, small hotels, large hospitals, and even data centers. So it is a R&D intensive, manufacturing intensive product category, providing much better margins and aftermarket business as well.
Mr. Thiagarajan, hi, good morning. Is this, so for example, one of the areas where there is a large amount of build out expected is data centers across the country. Is that, typically a market that this segment addresses?
Yes.
Is that a growth driver?
Yes. In the electromechanical projects business, as I had mentioned to you in the past, there are three distinct categories there. The number one is buildings, and second one is infra projects like airports, metro railway, etc. The third one is factories and data centers. We look at it together. And in data centers, we are a preferred player. We have been doing well, and we are having plans to introduce quite a bit of equipment as well there. For example, chillers which generate chilled water for cooling, and it is a important sector, a growing sector, and we have been doing well.
Okay. Could you talk to us? I mean, we've spoken about sort of growth broadly, the drivers, etc., and some numbers as well for Q1 and the full year. Could you talk to us about margins? And I think that'll again go back to what we've discussed in the past, which is the announced capacity additions, competitive intensity, etc. Is that is everything still on track there? I mean, high competitive intensity, but you've maintained that you'll be able to do well.
The competitive intensity will be very high as we are entering the season. This battle will be bought in number of places. In the showrooms, it will be bought through the in-shop demonstrators. It will be fought through advertising campaigns. While IPL teams may be fighting, the brands fight there for the share of mind. And there will be battles with regard to the distribution penetration in important stores where the numbers are more. It will be a tough market. There is absolutely no doubt about it. We are going by our focus on go ahead and ensure that you have products at all price points. Sonia mentioned about that. We have launched products which are meant for all price points and differentiated products for discerning customers. That has been done. And a lot of money is being pumped into advertising campaigns as well. So going by the past track record, we continue to maintain that for the segment 2, our outlook, what we have indicated earlier, we are still abiding by that, 7.5% to 8%. In the segment 1, it is somewhere around 6.5 to 7%. That we continue to maintain.
Is there scope to increase prices across any of your products over the next couple of months, given that demand is so strong?
I do not think so. Everyone is trying to improve their market share. And I think the pricing will be under pressure.
Oh, okay. Pricing will be under pressure, you're saying, because there is, of course, this competitive intensity and everyone's trying to improve market share. So no scope to increase. Yes, go ahead.
You know, thanks to the PLI scheme, the domestic manufacturing investments had been very high. So when everyone have set up manufacturing capacity, therefore, they would like to gain market share and grow, because the PLI scheme is not, the incentive is not based on production. It is based on the incremental sale over FY21 figures. So it is a sales linked incentive scheme. So specifically in room air conditioners, it will be so. In commercial refrigeration products, we do have scope for improving our margins. Commercial air conditioning, there will be scope.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gave us some numbers, Mr. Tyagarajan. Sorry, you said 7.5 to 8% and segment 1. Could you just tell us? You said there will be pricing pressure, and this in line with what you've talked to us about competitive intensity, etc. Could you guide for the company as a whole?
Company as a whole, it will be at the current level of 6 to 6.5%. And we have been delivering around 5% at the PBT level. And so I do not foresee any major shifts that are going to take place in terms of commodity prices or exchange rates. It can very well take place, but I am making that assumption.
Okay. All right, Mr. Tyagarajan, final question before we let you go. What should your revenue mix look like between RAC and non-RAC? Because there's a lot of focus, a lot of steps you have taken even on the non-RAC business. So what is it now, the revenue composition, and how do you see panning out?
Nigel, it will become selective disclosure. The segment 2, it includes commercial refrigeration
Yes.
products as well as room air conditioners. So I will not be able to deviate from that. So that you can make an assumption that the number of units that is expected to be sold this year is around 10 million units. Blue Star will cross the landmark of around 1 billion units. And we have just done some calculation. In the market, we have so far around 65 million units or 65 million air conditioners are functioning. Now, in value terms, our market share is around 13.75%. You can compute that as well within our segment 2, how much is room air conditioners.
Okay. All right, Mr. Tyagarajan, we'll leave it at that. Thanks a lot for joining in and appreciate your thoughts here. So demand is very strong. Summer season is expected to be very good for the industry. A 20% growth is what they're looking at in room ACs. For Blue Star, particularly 25% growth. However, pricing could be under pressure because competitive intensity has picked up.